All right, hey everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to the King's Speech. So, as promised, I am getting around to doing my Spy Family reaction review for this week. And this time I actually did catch up with it on time, so we only have the one chapter to go through, so they should be pretty quick. Nothing to channel update to add. Dropped my video for the One Piece 1010 review last night. So if you missed that, it's out by now. It's a little bit long, but did have a lot to say. So yeah, just forewarning for that. And I was gonna do reaction and review for One Piece chapter 1011 today, but I was feeling really lazy. Didn't feel like doing the react live action reaction. And honestly, after having seen the opinions on Twitter and reading it, glad I didn't, but I'll get a review out after I'm done recording this, so look forward to that. So without further ado, let us pick up with Spy Family Chapter 4, or Mission 44, I guess. It's kind of weird that these don't have titles, but I guess it doesn't really need one. By Tetsuya Endo, translation by Casey Lowe, lettering by Rina Mappa. Oh, so excited. We see Yor being led through this hallway by this weird old butler man. And you see another suave looking guy in a suit standing next to a door as he opens it, and he goes, "We've been expecting you, Thorn Princess." And you see Shah as you see this beautiful old looking garden with like these columns, these little gazebos everywhere, lots of greenery everywhere. Looks really pretty. You see someone like trimming the trees or something. And as Yor comes up, she goes, "Your garden is looking as beautiful as ever, shopkeeper." It's like, "Isn't it though?" And you see this creepy old man with like these, I don't know if there's bags under his eyes, as he's just like clipping away at the edges and things. And he's wearing like a little rose shearing hat with like this giant plume covering behind it, I guess, to protect from the sun and everything. And you have, "With proper watering and pruning and careful maintenance, the world can remain a beautiful place." He's like, "Welcome, Thorn Princess." And you see Yor kind of just beautifully smiling as she's smelling the flowers. She's like, "This heather smells wonderful." And the shopkeeper goes, "The leaves of that spindle tree are especially beautiful this time of year. See?" And she's like, "Oh, wow." She's doing it. Just looking, you see the shopkeeper just start to stab at her with the giant ass shears he's using. And Yor dodges out of the way with the whoosh. And she goes, "You surprised me. Don't do that." He's like, I was like, "I do apologize." He's like, "I was worried that family life might have dulled your instincts, but I see they remain as honed as ever. Now I can assign you this client with confidence." And Yor's all excited, like, "Please do. I'm always ready to lay evildoers to rest." He's like, "And I do appreciate that." He's like, "But your job this time is to protect the client." And she's like, "To protect?" And he goes, "Are you familiar with the Gretcher family? For generations they have worked hard to manage this country's underworld in an honorable fashion. But the head of the family and both his sons were killed recently in an internal dispute. The last surviving members of the Gretcher family are Olga Gretcher and her young son." And you see this picture of this woman with like this long black hair and like piercing eyes and like deep dark shadowed eyes. And he goes, "She's being kept at a safe house for now, but the man who took over the organization is desperately trying to find her. Rumor has it that he's put such an enormous bounty on her head that every hitman in and out of the country is on the hunt. We've decided that seeking asylum in a foreign country is the best option for her. She will be fleeing by sea. To evade detection by the Coast Guard, she'll travel to international waters on a normal passenger ship and then rendezvous with another ship at the port of disembarkation. I want you by her side until the transfer is complete." Huh. You see, I'm just looking at the shopkeeper's like whatever weird like clever cover towel he's wearing. And he's got like a round black symbol on it. I wonder what it is. Because you only see the top, you can see like these two curling little bits at the top. So I'm curious to what that symbol is. He goes, "I want you by your side until the transfer is complete." And she's like, "You want me to protect a mob family from an army of international or professional assassins?" He's like, "Well, ideally the transfer will be done without anyone being the wiser. You're the backup plan on the off chance that something goes wrong." I owe personal debt to the former boss of the organization. May he rest in peace. I would consider it a great favor if you'd do this for me. She's like, all right, but there's my job at City Hall. And also, I'll need to come up with some sort of excuse to be away from my family for a few days. And he goes, oh, you don't need to worry about that. Your manager was kind enough to come up with a plan that puts you on that ship for City Hall business. He will fill you in on all the details afterwards. I'm counting on you, Thorn Princess, to do your part in keeping this world a beautiful place. He's like, okay, I understand. I promise to do my best. You could tink as you see Yor heading back to the train station, and she gets on and goes, it's been a while since I've had a job. I need to find my motivation. It's like, huh? And she sees Yuri just kind of sitting on one of the seats, just dozing off. She's like, Yuri? He's like, what? He's like, he pops open with a snort as one eye pops open, the other eye still half asleep. He's like, He's like, you don't usually ride this train. And he's like, just on my way back from a little work trip. He's like, actually, I was arresting a dissident. He's like, oh, then welcome home. He's like, why don't you come over for dinner tonight? And he's beaming. He's like, really? He's like, on second thought, I'll pass. He goes, on second thought, I'll pass. I'm sure Loy's going to be there. Oh my God, Loy. So I'm going to still have work to do anyway, sorting through the audio transcripts and such. And you're just thinking, when will you learn to accept Lloyd? And he's like, never, ever. And you have, next up, what the hell is that? Let me zoom in. Cannot see what that is properly. Next up, Fogue Square. It's like, Yuri, are you getting enough to eat? It's like, you know you can't leave your socks lying around, right? He's like, I'm not a child anymore. And she's just like, silent for a second. It's like, oh, no, I guess you're not. And you have now stopping at Fogue Square. And as he says goodbye, he goes, I can't keep clinging to my big sister like we're still little kids. Even though I just did the other day. And he goes, it's you who should start turning to me for help now. See you later. He's like, especially if it's about Loy. I'd have him executed in a heartbeat. And she as he gets off, starts waving to Yor. As the train gets further away, he just runs after her with his little face crying. He's like, waving to her. And she's like, it's like, Yuri really is all grown up now. And she's kind of looking a little bit sad. She goes, he has an impressive job that supports him. He certainly doesn't need my help anymore. It makes me wonder if there's really any point in keeping my assassin job. Next page you see, oh no, what a shame. 7th prize earns you a pot scrubber. And you see Central Mall Mega Raffle. He's like, damn it. As the guy's walking away with his little pot scrubber. And you see, welcome one and all to the Central Mall's biannual Mega Raffle. You earn 1 raffle ticket for every 30 DALK you spend today. The grand prize is a pair of tickets for a luxury voyage from Splendor Cruises. Keep trying your luck, folks. You see, yep. You see Lloyd and Anya walking by. And Anya's just like, Papa, I'm going to set sail on that boat into a world of adventure. And he's like, I see, how gallant. And she's like, give this gallant hero all your raffle tickets. And he's like, I only have the one. And you see Anya's like trotting up all excited as she stands in line. And you see, oh, so sorry, 6th prize is a premium pot scrubber. He's like, is there even a grand prize ticket in there? And you see the guy that's handing out the tickets just thinking to himself, these stupid sheep. The grand prize ticket is yet to be claimed. He goes, and it's not going to be, but keep throwing your money away, morons. And you have, that cruise is going to be ours. I rigged the raffle to make sure. You have a sigh as you see someone who is apparently working in tandem with him standing at the end of the line. He's like, I know, I'm supposed to pretend we're strangers. And you see the grand prize ticket is stuck to the top of the box. No one else is ever going to find it. He's like, Cindy and I are going to have a blast. Just a little perk of the job. And the woman's like, I don't even like cruises. But hey, free trip's a free trip. He's like, oh, so close. 5th prize wins you a golden pot scrubber. The guy hands up the box to Anya. She's like looking back and forth between the conspirators. It's like, you're next, little lady. Go ahead and try your luck. Reach right in. She's kind of looking around still. And he gives her like this evil look. He's like, I sure hope you win. He's like, now hurry up and lose, brat. The lady behind you wants her grand prize ticket. It's like, and she's like, and then she reaches into the thing and gives like this disdainful look. She pulls out the number one ticket. And he's like, huh? He's like, we have our big winner. But how? And you see, Lloyd, Anya, I'm home. He's like, Mama, guess what? Anya just runs out to her eyes all shining. He's like, I want a trip on a boat. He's like, what? And Lloyd's like, she won the grand prize in department store raffle. It's like, yes, truly incredible. It may be some sort of trap. And Anya's like, Papa's suspicious of everything. And Anya's like, I'm so excited. I've never been to the ocean before. Bond's like, woof, woof. And Anya's like, you're not coming, Bond. And Bond's just like, shock. And Lloyd goes, it was a pair of tickets. Maybe you two could go together? I have work. And you see you're looking at it going, this ship is the Princess Lorelei? That's the ship I'm traveling on for my job. And Lloyd's like, huh? It's like, it's the same Friday departure date. He's like, you're going on a ship for work? And she's like, the city is whining and dining some bigwigs from a famous department store chain in order to lure them here. He's like, must be part of that new economic development plan. And Yor's like, actually, I'll be protecting a VIP from a group of assassins, but I can't say that. And Anya's like, Mom was going to be in an assassin battle for work? It's like, but if the two of them were to end up on the same boat with me, that could really get in the way of the job. It's like, what should I do? And you see Anya's doing the whole like little angel devil thing. As Angel, Anya's like, you'll have to give up on this ooting. You don't want to cause Mama trouble. The devil's like, that's nothing to do with us. What Anya wants is to ride on that boat, and you know it. And the angel's like, I suppose if she did go, she could help Mama with her work. That would kill two birds with one stone. And you see the devil being like, just give it up already. Going to the ocean is all she's been talking about since she won the tickets. And you have her going, I want to ride the boat. I wanna. It's like, if you don't let me, I'll turn to a life of crime. You're just like, what are we going to do? And Lloyd's like, well, tomorrow I'll ask if I can take some time off of work. So Sylvia tells him, by all means, go ahead. And he's like, what? He's like, I'll make the arrangements so you can get the time off from the hospital as well. He's like, all right, thank you. And he's thinking, imagining the scenario, he's like, is this some joke? You'll work till you collapse, which was his expectation. And you have, word is she got an earful from upper management overworking us. He's like, And Sylvia's like, well, we'll consider it a part of Anya's care and education for Operation Strix. Agent Twilight, I expect you to execute your mission of rest and recreation as thoroughly as you would any other. Oh, that was not great. And you see, going on and ooting. It's been so long since we've gone out like this as a family. I see him on a train on the way to the boat. And he's like, I suppose it has. He's like, hello, I'm here for work. And you see Bond is unfortunately left at home with Frankie. And you see Yor going, hee hee. And she goes, if I didn't have that assignment, I would really enjoy spending this time with them. He's like, careful, you could fall. Lloyd's like making sure it doesn't drop out the window. She's like, what am I talking about? I need to get my priorities straight here. She's like trying to shake her head and clear it. It's like, Mama, what's wrong? It's like, but maybe. It's like, I think we're the next stop. I can make this my final job as the Thorn Princess. And you have so big. And you see this giant cruise, or not tanker, like cruise ship in the dock. And you have Annie goes, wow. She's just freaking out, just huffing out of breath. I was like, calm down. And you were like, hee. And you see, well, I need to go meet up with the rest of the group from City Hall. I'll contact you when I can. Jeff, forgive us for having fun while you're working. So good luck, Mama. And you see, as yours heading towards, she sees her manager contact with Hill Supplies, and she nods to him. And you see, as people are making up on their way on the boat, you see a bunch of different groups of people making their way on there. As the ship sets sail, we get into the next arc with next chapter hits May 2nd. So, like I said in the last video, I'm glad we're finally getting your focused, your centric arc again, because it's been a super long time since we actually had her be the central focus. I know she played like supporting roles in a couple of previous ones. We're looking forward to see her getting some development. That said, I have to go refresh my memory because it's been too long since I've read the beginning. But mixed feelings on the whole. Like, Yora is an assassin for good. Like, she's, helping taking out the bad guys and everything. Unless it's going to turn out to be a twist, where they're like, oh, we played on her good nature, make us do her dirty work for us, and we're like actually taking out rivals, whatever, for our organization, which I feel like just based on what the shopkeeper looks like, his like dead face and like his expressionless things and everything, it feels like that's what they're going for, is to have that betrayal. Because I was thinking about like her whole, oh, maybe this will be my last job as the Thorn Princess. I'm like, obviously, that's not going to happen. What's the complication that's going to prevent her from leaving? And I'm guessing, yeah, because going back to my previous one, I'm guessing that she'll find out the true kind of like motives and aims for organization during this mission. And I'm guessing it's going to end up with them threatening to take out Lloyd and Anya if she steps out of line, and they'll be like, oh, the Thorn Princess wouldn't care about people like this, blah blah blah. Like, you've changed, you've started to care about people. I'm guessing that's the direction they're gonna go with that. But we'll see. It's still too early to tell. But back to my point, like, yeah, like I said, a mixed hand, because on the one hand, I would have liked it if Yor just had been like an amoral assassin who's like, oh, this is just a job. I don't really have like feelings one way or another regarding it. But I guess given like the humorous like nature of the story, that wouldn't have really worked. But I guess that also ties into my complaint with Yuri from a couple of videos back, where I was saying, the fact that he's working for, the secret police in a fascist regime, and look like how much they're downplaying the fact that he's basically an ACAB, and you're downplaying like exactly what he's doing when he's capturing, like, deporting dissidents and all that, like basically sending them for torture, I'm presuming. So so it's mixed feelings on that being handled, but I guess, like I said, it's the tone of the series. I guess they don't want to make it like too serious or too dark, things like that. We'll see how they handle those specific arcs and things in the series going forward. Apart from that, good chapter. Did like the Yor focus getting a little bit more into her mindset. Can't wait to see where the rest of this arc is going to take place. Like I said, expect the One Piece video out later sometime today. And until next week, this is Ash. I'll talk to you all later.